Good morning. I'd like to call to order the Hammond Board of Public Works and Safety meeting of June 6, 2013. Roll call. Here. Here. Item 4, approval of the minutes of the meeting of May 30th.
I'd like to make a motion that we defer that.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item 5. We're going to go out of order this morning and take item T first, which is a violation of hearing on property located at 6609 Jefferson. I have correspondence from Attorney Foster indicating that there's been a change in legal counsel of the defendant in this matter and would like the matter reset to August 8th. Is there a motion to reset this matter to August 8th?
So moved.
Is that appropriate, Mr. Foster?
That would be appreciated. That's very helpful to us. And we wanted to do one other thing. It's important to the attorneys and perhaps not as important to the board. We're doing a formal substitution of counsel. One of the reasons we asked for this is that Attorney Garza could potentially be a witness. For ethical reasons, we need her substituted. So what I'd like to do is tender substitution of counsel so that we have it in the record so that she's cleared with the rules we play under.
Very good. I believe I have it, Mr. Foster.
Yeah, but I have to do
Got it. Is there a motion to enter the substitution and reset the matter for August 8th?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Question about that. 6609 Jefferson, the whole building's marked uninhabitable and still being occupied. So just so your tenant understands, they will be fined $2,500 a day.
That's a matter between the building department and you guys.
I don't know that that's an issue today,
Well,
sir. I'd really like to take that up to you when it's an appropriate issue.
That is an issue.
Item A, request for advertising dates of June 13th and 20th with bid opening of June 11th for the demolition of several properties. Is there a motion to approve the advertising dates?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item B, change order number 4, submitted by First Group Engineering for the Columbia Avenue, Michigan to Chicago project.
Yeah, there was a sewer discovered there that no one knew about, and the sewer needs to be filled in. The actual cost to seal off the sewer is $8,510. It's 80% federal, so the Hammond share will be $1,702. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the change order.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Item C, we have a bid recommendation for the Holman Alley drainage submitted by Nice Engineering.
Yeah, we got 4 separate proposals. The low bidder was Reichelt Plumbing at $28,147.96. I'd like to make a motion that we make an award to Reichelt for this work. Second.
There's been a motion and a second to award the work to Reichelt Plumbing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item D, we have a bid recommendation for the reconstruction of Roosevelt Alley submitted by Nice Engineering.
We got 6 separate proposals for that one, and the low bidder was Reichelt again, and the amount of $44,772.21. So I'd like to make a motion that we make the award to Reichelt Plumbing. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item E, we have a correspondence from Practical Environmental Consultants requesting permission for lane closures on June 27th at 7345 Kennedy.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve that lane closure.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item F, we have a correspondence from Sweeney Electric requesting permission to perform a directional bore under McCook Avenue to Sentier Bank.
I'd like to make a motion approving that, but I think they also need to do a follow-up and request a permanent easement if that conduit is going to be there, because one day down the road somebody's going to be digging and they're going to cut through it if we don't have it recorded and shown on our maps. So I'll make the motion to approve it subject to the development of an easement document.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Item G, we have a correspondence from Police Chief Miller advising of the resignation of Dispatcher Przinski effective May 28th, submitting the authorization of the disposal of several assets. Is there a motion to approve or ratify the resignation and approve the disposal of the assets.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item H, we have a contract with C-Click Fix for software services submitted for approval.
Have you reviewed that? Is that yours for?
No, this is from the IT department. Our city attorney has reviewed it. This is a contract for a mobile phone-based application that residents will be able to use using GPS technology. They'll be able to take a picture with their phone of any issues they find in the city, direct those issues to the appropriate department along with the GPS location. The department will then be able to respond to the issue straight from their mobile phone. It's a 12-month contract totaling $10,000. Is there a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item I, we have a correspondence from an attorney requesting a hearing on property located at 1010 Hoffman be continued to July 11th. Is there a motion to grant the continuance?
I'll make the motion to grant it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item J, we have a correspondence from Ms. Kinsella requesting the hearing on the property at 4610 Pine be continued to July 18th. With a note from our city attorney that she spoke with the respondent and has agreed to the continuance. Is there a motion to approve the continuance?
I'll make the motion we approve.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Item K, we have a correspondence from Attorney Matthews requesting a hearing on property located at 3847 Sheffield Avenue. The date, Mr. Smith.
If it pleases the board, this is property, there was an agreement to repair, and that work has been done. So I think what we need is to find out from the city when they can do a final inspection, and then set it on the board to review and hopefully dismiss.
Is 60 days enough time, Mr. Callahan?
I believe that's plenty. I'll have Kurt schedule it.
August 8th?
That should be fine.
Is August 8th the day we're doing
Go to August 15th.
August 15th.
Okay,
I'll second.
that's fine.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I have one
You have
other.
business? Yeah.
Item R on 40 Warren Street. This is the first setting of this case. I've gone through the permit books and inspected it myself. I've written to Ms. Cantar requesting a meeting be set with her office and the inspectors and commissioner to see what can be resolved. If that doesn't work, then I'd ask for a hearing, present evidence. But hopefully we can get something resolved.
I think we can do that before August 15th. You want to set it for August 15th?
If that's enough time, sure.
Okay. There's a request by Code Enforcement and Attorney Matthews to set the matter for August 15th. Is there a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's revert back to item L. We have correspondence from Attorney Murphy requesting the hearing on the property 232 Ogden be continued until June 20th.
I'll make a motion that we approve that date.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item M, we have a hearing on property located at 7141 McCook. Attorney Driscoll.
Good morning. I was here last week. We had an agreement. We just didn't have a signature. I've got the agreement here signed. If I may approach.
Thank you. So this appears to be prepared by Attorney Cantar.
Yes, Your Honor. And it was sent to Mr. Duncanson for final approval. They'll be removing their stairs. It'll be converted back to a single-family home, and upon your approval, we will file that with the Lake County Recorder.
Is there a motion to approve the restriction of use?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Get some signatures for you so they can.
Thank
you. Have
you.
any other properties on the agenda this morning?
I actually, if you want to do N to get it out of the way, I'm the three after that, just if you want to stay in order.
All right. Item N, we have correspondence from Michael Mortimer requesting the hearing on the property at 264 Florence be continued. to a July date. Do you have a July date, Mr. Smith?
July
Yeah, is that yours?
11th?
Is there a motion to reset item N to July 11th?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Item O, hearing on property at 912 Summer.
Yeah, I'm here for Attorney Bartholomew in my office. It's my understanding that we have basically come to an agreement, and I'd ask for a continuance to July 11th.
There's been a request by Attorney Driscoll to continue this matter to July 11th. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item P, 12 Lawndale and 268 169th.
On 12 Lawndale, we have an agreement in principle. We're waiting on for some details of some work that needs to be done to have it remain a legal 2-unit building. On 268 169th Street, we're still in negotiations. It's likely we're going to come to an agreement, but I'd ask for a continuance as well on this one where we can enter agreement or else have a hearing and proceed accordingly. So I'd ask for a continuance on both properties to July 11th.
There's been a request by Attorney Driscoll to continue the matter on both of these properties to July 11th. Is there a motion?
Make the motion, we accept.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item Q, hearing on property at 714 Sibley.
This one as well, we have an agreement in principle. I'd ask for a July 11th date so we can finalize that.
July 11th is the requested date. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Attorney Driscoll. Item S, correspondence from Attorney Sorge requesting the hearing on property at 4832 Cedar be continued to June 27th. Appears to be due to a conflict.
My name is James Holmberger. I hope I'm not interrupting.
Are you the...
I'm the client.
Oh, okay. I
Yes.
see. You're still represented by Attorney Sorge?
Yes, he is. He is asking for a continuance to hear it, but I had just a one-page letter of intent or proposal by me. I'm a licensed contractor in Hammond, and I would like to fix the building up. And I just want to let the code enforcement and the board know that the intention is to try to do something with it.
Is your intent to fix it up to a 2-unit?
Only a 2-unit.
We would be opposed to that, but we will handle that with council.
All right. How about if we reset this to August 8th? And that'll give you and the Code Enforcement Department some time to negotiate a resolution to the matter.
Okay.
Sir, is there a motion to reset item S to August 8th for status?
I'll make the motion, August 8th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Is it okay if I just let someone have this?
Absolutely.
Those guys right there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Item U, we have a notice of violation on the property located at 1113 Sibley Street.
We are asking for the removal of the second-floor apartment and the basement bedrooms, no permits to convert, no fire separation, no egress, glass block windows in the basement. Pretty dangerous situation.
We have a request from our Code Enforcement Department to approve findings in order, noticing the owner that we wish to remove several apartments at 1113 Sibley. Is there a motion on the findings in order?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item V, rental registration hearing on property at 7135 Arkansas and 6312 Madison. Any interested parties, please come forward.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Attorney Robert Plants, I'm here on behalf of the owner in this case. He came in about a week late, didn't have the 15th calendared. He was ready to pay all this, and he can actually pay these today. There's 4 units total. It's $320 total. He's ready to pay that today if he could, but we would like to get this done. These are good properties. There's never been any violations in the past. He's not a problem at all for the board. We would just like to get this over with if we could.
We'd
like to set that for inspection before the rental registration is determined.
We don't have any problem with that,
Registered
do
as one unit, Arkansas is one unit.
we? Yeah,
How many units are in that, 7135 Arkansas?
Arkansas is one.
Okay, and then 312 Madison, how many?
Three.
Three.
So the recommendation is that you want to inspect them prior to us making a
If he's
decision?
willing to pay the late fee on all 4 units at this time, that's fine, we will still be inspected.
We're searching just, again, it was just a miscalendared matter. We would like to pay the regular $80 if we could, times 4, and just get this behind us. He's never been late before. If
How
we
long
could
have you, how long has your client owned the properties?
a little bit over 4 years.
They've been in my position. The Arkansas has been probably for 10 years. And I've been managing Madison for probably 6 or 7 years.
And they've never been late before? He's all paid up except for this year?
I don't have that information. I didn't run these Secretary of Rent. It just shows that they're not registered for 13 on here.
Well, if they've been registered in years past,
They have.
haven't we had an ample opportunity to inspect them in years past when they were registered before?
That is our position. I mean, we've done everything we can to notify people that have registered, especially people that have registered on a yearly basis, that the 15th is the deadline. If you've been registered before, there's absolutely no reason why it wasn't registered before that time.
He was out of town. Again, this is not something that comes before you. These properties do not come before the board. He's one of your good people. We would like to give him at least, if we could, just one break and get this paid. If they want to come and inspect, fine. He'll go pay the $320 today and get this done.
Mr. President, we would, realizing there's 4 units, the cost of that is extensive. We do believe that it would be fair to charge one late fee, at least, understanding that we were talking about 5 units here that have been registered before.
5 units or 4 units?
4 units.
I'm sorry, 4 units. 3 on Madison and 1 on Arkansas. He's managing the 6312 Madison. If he's registered that previously, as he's registered Arkansas, there's no reason for it to be late. And we're giving every 4 months a year for these people to register on their properties, and, I mean, what else can we do?
It won't happen again. I think what they're requesting is $500 total. I don't know if that includes the $320 or is it $500 plus $320?
That would include the $320 for registration, for actual registration.
So are you requesting a fee of $820 or a fee of $500 flat?
He just doesn't have it. I don't want this to come back before the board again. He's going to not be able to make that payment. I would just leave it up to the board to decide.
Are all the units rented?
Yes, they are. I mean, cuts the grass. I mean, it keeps these properties up.
You've heard the testimony of the Code Enforcement Department and the owner of or manager of 6312 Madison and 7135 Arkansas. Is there a motion regarding the appeal? Is there a motion regarding the appeal?
I'll make the motion, we appeal it. To waive it.
It's been a motion to waive the appeal. Is there a second?
What's the motion?
To waive the late fee, excuse me.
Waive all the late fees. I just want to make sure I got this clear before I vote.
Yes.
I'll second.
It's been motioned and a second that the late fees be waived for all 4 units. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And gals.
Item W, rental registration at 7133 Schneider. All interested parties, please come forward.
Hi, my name is Maria Hernandez. I was aware of registering it, but I came in the day before the day that I was supposed to, that takes late fees effect. And I came that day late, and I figured I would put it under the door, but I was late, so I came the day after, and they said that I had to already pay the $500. So I was wondering if you find it in your heart to waive the penalty, and I'll be willing to pay the $80 for the registration. This is my first year in the city of Hammond. and I'm pretty sure I'll be aware of that there's a fee for registration.
This is your first year as a landlord,
As a tenant,
a tenant?
yes.
Who owns the building?
My sister, she lives in Chicago, and she did give me the check. However, I came in late and paid it, so I take it up on my responsibility since I was responsible for that.
Does your sister own any other properties in the city?
No, this is the first one. I think this is the first year.
You guys got any history?
The board knows we allow for immediate family to be registered, but filled an affidavit filled out saying that it is occupied by immediate family. Again, it's about the safety of who's staying there for not just us, but for police and fire to understand that when they're going to process house that's not owner occupied, that it is immediate family, and we have that contact information.
Do you pay your sister rent?
Yes, sir.
Kelly, you got a history on it? Have you never...
I have the water bills for the owner's name, well, the son's address here, Hernandez, as of Hernandez Falls, just give me a say that she needs to be registered property.
I do have the affidavit stating that I am authorized to make decisions on the property. If I have to pay the fees, I'm willing to pay. However, I'm willing to pay in payments because I don't really have the 500. I do find that that is my responsibility since she did give me the money for it, but I was just putting it off, so.
You've heard the testimony of Ms. Hernandez and code enforcement. Is there a motion to grant the appeal at 7133 Schneider? Is there a motion to grant the appeal at 7133 Schneider?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Your motion is your appeal is granted. You'll have 30 days to register your unit. If you fail to register your unit in 30 days, the appeal will expire, and the late fee of $500 will be assessed and collected. Okay?
So I have a month to pay the...
You have 30 days. I would suggest you do it, though.
I will.
Sooner than later.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Item X, rental registration at 1835 Calumet. Any interested parties, please come forward. Seeing as no one appears, is there a motion regarding the rental registration appeal at 1835 Calumet? Is there a motion to grant the appeal at 1835 Calumet? The appeal at 1835 Calumet fails due to lack of a motion. Late fee is imposed and stands. Item Y, rental registration at 7042 Van Buren. Any interested parties, please come forward.
My name is Arturo Avalos. I wasn't aware of the fee until Anita, I think she called my wife and told her that we had to pay a fee for the rental. And we did pay for this year, I think. We registered the property. I haven't heard anything else. But I wasn't aware of the fee.
Were you registered before this year?
No.
You never registered before?
I never registered before.
Do you own any other rental properties in the city?
No.
How long have you had the building?
9 years.
And you've never registered in 9 years?
No, it's a house.
But it's a rental?
Yeah, it's a rental. But like I said, I wasn't aware of that.
Where you live?
Well, I live in Birch Place, but the rental property is 7042 Van Buren. I live in Hammond.
So you live in Hammond?
Yeah.
And you didn't know about this?
I didn't know
Been
about
in the
this.
paper? You never listened to radio,
I
read the paper?
never wasn't aware of this until this lady called us and told us that we had to pay, and then we came and paid the fee.
Is there any other information you think may be pertinent to the board's decision on whether or not to grant your appeal?
I mean, that's I didn't know. I wasn't aware. That's my excuse.
Okay. Any other information from code enforcement on the matter?
We've had the same tenant since 2009. Does that records show that he lives at 7200 Birch? Was
cited before?
No, it just says that he owes from 2009 to 2011.
I'd like to make a motion that he pay all the back charges and only pay the penalty just for this year.
It's been motioned that the late fees be waived for years 2009 through 2012, and the late fee be assessed for 2013. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Your late fees were waived for 2009 through 2012, but assessed for 1 year for 2013. You'll have 30 days to register your units. If you fail to register your units in 30 days, the late fees for all the years will be assessed and collected. Do you have any questions?
No, it's just been registered. I have to do it again? I mean, I paid this year. We registered the
For
property.
2013?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Zastatny, do you want to amend your motion to dismiss 2013 and apply the late fee to 2012 instead?
Yes. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item Z, hearing on property at 6941 Alexander.
My story's pretty much the same. I learned the registration in 2009, although I've owned the building for like 17 years. Quite honestly, the only thing, in 2009, I got the little card or something like that, and I live in St. John, Dyer. But I didn't realize that you had to, well, number one, I didn't realize you had to register every year. Number two, my first floor unit wasn't rented in 10. It was rented in 11 and 12, and currently by the same people. Really what I'm trying to, what I'd like to do is appeal the late fees, and it's registered for 13. Last year I came in at one point to register, I missed the date, and quite honestly, what I'm really trying to appeal, I guess, is the kind of excessive late fee. As I understand, needs to be registered. I didn't realize it needed to be registered every year and just kind of forgot about it. Didn't learn about it until 2009. So it's a well-kept property. It's been inspected. I think, we take good care of it. The folks that live there, frankly, struggle to make their rent. I don't make any money on the building. I lose between taxes and anything else. I lose anywhere between $6,000 and $8,000 a year. So I'm just asking for some accommodation, I guess, on the late fees.
Is this a 2-unit?
Yes. Upstairs, downstairs.
Is there any information from code enforcement related to the appeal?
No.
You've heard the testimony of code enforcement and by Mr. Darrow related to 6941 Alexander Avenue. Is there a motion related to the appeal of late fees for 2012?
Can I ask a question first?
Actually, I think it'd be for 10 and 11 too. Because what I'd like to do is just pay everything forward or everything back. It was registered in 09. In 10,
11, and 12 are the years?
Yeah, 10, 11, and 12 are in question. 13, it's registered. I couldn't register it last year because I missed the date and because it hadn't been registered the year before, so I got caught in this sort of cycle where you have to come to appeal like I'm doing today. And frankly, I didn't realize it. I went several times to pay it, but they wouldn't let me pay it because, well, I didn't want to pay the late fees. And so what I'd like to do is pay the one registration for 10, 10, which was the upstairs, and then the 2 for 11 and 212, and waive the late fees. It's registered for 13.
The request is that the appeal be granted for 2010, 11, and 12 on 1 unit in 2010. Is since there was only one unit rented, 2 units in 2011 and 2 units in 2012. Is there a motion to grant the appeal?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. You'll have 30 days to pay the registration fees. If you fail to register,
Sure.
our appeal will expire and you'll be assessed the late fees.
Okay. Do I just go back or will I get a bill or something? You know?
We're going to give you, after this meeting, if you want to hang out, we'll give you a copy of our order, which you can take down to the building department to register.
Okay,
Or if you can't stay around till the end of the meeting, we'll mail you a copy of the order.
Okay, and then I just pay it. No, I'll pay it today. So.
The mail that you get for this, does it go to your Dyer address?
It goes to the Dyer address. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 2A, rental registration for the property at 1254 150th, 4927 Linden, and 4921 Linden. Ms. Eliff,
Yes.
this is your appeal.
Yeah, I have questions. There's no excuse that I was late. I was 10 minutes late going in on the 16th, and I've never been late since you were charging $5 a year. But anyway, I was really frustrated that I was late. What I have questions on is the one rental property is not rented right now.
That's 127 Linden?
Yes, it's not rented, and it will be rented, but it's not rented right now. I was not aware that there was a date that I had to go ahead. I have the form filled out, but I wasn't aware that I had to fill it out by the deadline. Okay. The other 2 rentals are rented. One is my daughter and one is my brother-in-law. Now, they both pay. First, I was told that I didn't have to register. No, I didn't have to pay the $80 if it was family. And then the next time I called, I wasn't real sure about it, and they said, yes, if they're paying rent, you have to pay. And they are. My daughter is going to get the house, but not right now. I mean, this is going to be her home. That doesn't come into play, I'm sure. My brother-in-law says he's moving. And I'm not quite sure what to do about this either. But anyway, I was late 10 minutes, and I was just late. And there's nothing else I can say. I've never been late. And so...
Current on all previous years?
Since, yes, forever.
Ms. Eliff,
Forever.
the units where your family member live, are they both single-family homes?
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking about 2 units.
Yeah.
What about the 3rd unit, that single family?
They're all single. They're all...
Water usage is 0 for November 2012.
And is the City of Hammond's policy that units that are not occupied do not need to be registered until 30 days from the time at which they are occupied?
That is correct. We'll need an affidavit saying that it's vacant, will remain vacant, and then after the end of the lease, they have 30 days to register.
Okay. Did you understand that, Ms. Eliff?
I did. I filled it out.
Very good.
But I didn't give it to anybody because I wasn't sure what date I had to give it to someone.
Per the testimony of the Code Enforcement Department and the owner of the 3 properties in question, is there a motion to grant the appeal of 2 late fees of the rental units on 150th Street and at 4921 Linden?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Your appeal is granted.
I don't have to pay any late fees?
You don't have to pay any late fees so long as you pay the rental registration fees on your 2 units within 30 days.
Can I go downstairs and pay them right now?
Yes, ma'am. If you'd like to wait until after the meeting, the board will give you a copy of the order that we just approved, and you can take that downstairs and take care of your rental registration fees today.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I didn't expect this, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
Linden will need to fill out an affidavit that it is currently vacant,
I did.
and we don't need to turn that in.
Okay.
And then after you enter a lease, if you get that.
Item 2B, rental registration hearing at 2728 161st Street. Any interested parties, please
After
come
it's
forward.
rented, I need to re-register. Okay. Thank you.
Are there any parties here representing 2728 161st Street? Ms. Renteria. Seeing as no one appears, is there a motion to grant the appeal of late fees at 2728 161st Street? Is there a motion to grant the appeal? The appeal of late fees at 2728 161st Street fails for lack of a motion. Item 2C, rental registration at 1328 170th Street.
My name is Dawn Rahman. I'm a property manager for this property, and he has numerous properties, and this one he happened to pick up in the middle of the year after the registration, and it was my fault that I overlooked this one. When they pick them up, they usually, sometimes they'll put them up for sale or they'll rent them out. And on this one, it didn't get rented till June 1st because they have to work on it for a couple months. They always keep up all the properties. They do a very good job. And but this one just slipped past me, and so I was asking for leniency for this rental fee.
This is a single-family home, correct?
Yes, it is.
April 12, 2013, there was a letter sent to Smith Circuit for collection of rental registration in the amount of $1,160, and the order registration for 2012.
For the same property?
Or 1328-170.
We just picked this one up, and I have the closing papers and everything.
When did you purchase it?
April 24th of 2012.
Who are you managing this for? The name of the owner?
80 properties.
What's the name of the owner?
Alfredo Dianda.
That's the information we have in the system?
I have the closing papers if you need that. And I have also the lease of when we first leased it.
Oh, you said that is the information you have or not the information?
The information we have, Alfredo Dianda.
Okay.
32 hours.
That's the information you have as the correspondence from Smith Sursick was being sent to.
That's correct. The information was sent to 32 Wow where Alfredo Dianda resides, according to our information. That was sent on April 12th.
Do you have a copy of the correspondence from Smith Sursick?
I do not.
If you don't have a copy of the correspondence from Smith Sursick, how can you tell the board that Smith Sursick is the one that sent the correspondence to that address? How can you tell me that and not tell me that
We enter that information into our
Smith Sursick sent out to the previous owner and then we updated our records with the new owner?
The research goes into establishing who the owners are and where they actually reside. It's something that we have to use the county information. There's only one secretary that has that information available. So she's doing this sort of registration research to find out where the owner actually lives.
Okay, Mr. Kearney, if you come look at your document that you gave me, on 4/12 you sent a letter from Smith Sursick to collect rental registration fees. Your information on the owner and the property was updated on 4/22. How do I know that on 4/22 you didn't put the new owner and manager in when the property changed hands?
That's probably exactly what happened. When we realized who the owner is and where they reside, that's when the information was updated. So if it's not registered, if that information is processed, they don't register on time, they don't bring information to us, we have to research it and find it through the county records. If they bought the property, came and said there's a closing papers, here's who owns it, we may not be in the situation. We're going to need the closing papers to establish when they actually bought it.
This is the closing papers of when we purchased it, which was 4/24/2012. It was a foreclosed home that they picked up and they rehabbed it.
So at some point through 2012, they came to us and said, we're now the owners of this property.
But see, sometimes when we pick up properties also, we don't always rent them. Sometimes we sell them, so we don't always register until we know we're going
We
to.
provide affidavits to say the house is vacant, it's not being used as a rental. That's the point, they can rent it, they can come in and, basically, they didn't bring the information to us that they're now the owners of this home in 2012. And that's how we end up in this situation. If they're going to sell the house, they don't sell it, they end up renting it. They have 30 days after they enter a lease to come and register. We try to make every provision we can for the property to be registered.
Is there any additional information you'd like to render to the board regarding your appeal?
I don't know if I did something wrong besides that I did forget to register because of the fact that it was past the due date and that's what I was asking for leniency for this one. We have numerous properties. We register all of them. I just got done registering over, I think, 15 properties just this year. Those ones I've done in the past too. And like I said, I've registered many properties over the years. And I don't usually miss. And if we do, you know, there was a time where I had stopped working for this person, and he had ended up having to pay a lot of registration fees because of the fact that he had no property manager at that time. But this one, like I said, it was just accidentally missed, and I don't usually do that. I'm on top of all of them. I just got done registering another one just the other day.
For board's information, per water records, the tenant, Ms. McKnight, signed for water on June 7, 2012. So they bought the house in April 2012 and then rented it, or at least water was put in the tenant's name in June 7, 2012.
June 7th. When they pick up the property, they have to get utilities on to do the work on the property for rehabbing. So they come and do their inspections and all that stuff.
That's if the electric and gas is not remaining.
If I could ask if they're not willing to waive, if we can at least pay half of that because we picked it up in the middle of the year, possibly?
You've heard the testimony of Ms. Roman and the Code Enforcement Department. Is there a motion regarding the appeal of late fees at 1328 170th Street? Is there a motion regarding the appeal of late fees at 1328 170th Street? Your appeal fails for lack of a motion. Item DD, rental registration at 6643 Arkansas and 6711 Arkansas.
Sorry.
Thank you. Both properties are rented and have been for several years, probably 10 and 15 years. My husband was in the hospital having lung surgery. I didn't get down here on a Monday. On a Monday. I came down Tuesday morning and she would not receive my check. I've always paid them ever since, like the lady said, 5, 10, and then it went to 20, and now it's 80. I don't totally understand how you can charge a $500 fee for an $80 misbill, or a late fee of $500 on an 80. My mortgage company doesn't even charge that, but I'm willing to pay a late fee of some kind, but there's just no way.
Is there any information Code Enforcement can relate to the board?
2013, as the board knows, we give you you have the authority to waive or administer late fees. The amount was not set by Code Enforcement or Inspections Department. It was City Council that agreed to this. Again, I do understand that why late fee, the research and amount of time that goes into this to make sure these properties are registered. Again, not just for collections of fees, but for the safety of the people that are involved. There's a lot of time spent in this. Understanding that she came in late, a day or two or whatever.
No, it was one.
That's why we have this appeal process. That's why we're in this stage, so we can bring it to the board and say there's a situation that surrounds this property.
Both of these properties are, one of them my daughter lives in and has for like 20 years, her daughter's that old. And one of them is my granddaughter. I get minimum rent. I pay the gas and light bill. I pay the taxes on all the properties and insurance on all the properties, and never had any problems as far as that's concerned.
So you have relatives renting both of the properties?
I sure do.
But they pay you rent?
They pay me rent. $350 on one and $400 on another.
All right. You've heard the testimony from Ms. Heflin and the Code Enforcement Department regarding these two properties. Is there a motion to grant the appeal? Is there a motion to grant the appeal?
I'll make the motion, we grant the appeal.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
I thank you.
Mm-hmm. You'll have 30 days to register your units at the regular rate of $80.
Can I go down and pay them? I still have the check that I brought in.
After the meeting, we'll have a sheet of paper.
All righty. Thank you very much.
Item EE, 2E. We have correspondence regarding rental registration hearing for property at 6542 Rhode Island. The appellant is asking for a continuance till June 13th. Is there a motion to grant the continuance?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Item 2F. We have correspondence requesting a continuance for rental registration for the property at 937 Tracker.
Continuance, are you asking for a specific date?
No, he's not asking for a specific day. Mr. Smith, do you have a date, a month out?
July 11th.
Is there a motion to reset this matter to July 11th?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 2G. We have a request for a rental registration hearing for the property located at 6136 Lyman. And Howard and Davis. July 11th? Is there a motion to set these for July 11th?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 2H. Correspondence from Mr. Perry at 1324 Sherman requesting permission to hold a block party. Is there a motion to approve the party?
I'll make the motion.
He's also asking for grass by the railroad tracks, but I don't know if that's railroad property. He'll have to contact them.
Is there a motion to approve his block party?
Make the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 2I. Correspondence from Ms. Gonzalez requesting permission to hold a block party on June 23rd with a street closure on Vine.
It's a birthday party.
Is there a motion to approve the street closure?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 2J, we have a correspondence from Ms. Dillon requesting a children at play sign on Burton Court. Is there a motion to refer this to the street department?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Item 2K, correspondence from Owens Rusich Funeral Home requesting permission to place a dumpster on 119th Street from June 14th to the 17th. Is there a motion to approve the request?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Item 2L, we have several garage sale permits submitted for approval. Is there a motion to approve the permits?
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Item 2M. We have a correspondence from Councilman Higgs requesting some street repairs and drainage repairs to be made. Is there a motion to refer this to the engineering department?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item 6, matters from board members. I have one. I have disciplinary action from the fire department regarding a firefighter that I would like to recommend that we approve and enter into the record.
I abstain.
What do you mean approve? What's your definition of that?
My definition of approving disciplinary action would be that we ratify the actions of the assistant police chief, fire chief, excuse me, regarding
I'll make such a motion.
the discipline of the firefighter.
I'll make such a motion.
You just need to concur with my recommendation, I
You
think.
can't make a motion.
Okay,
You're
then
the
you make a
president.
recommendation.
That's what I'm doing.
Don't tell me what I can't do. I'm the president. You make a recommendation then?
Yeah. I'll
Thank
make
you.
a recommendation.
Then I'll concur if it makes you happy. Jeez.
Those in favor say aye.
We don't need to take a vote.
Okay.
Man, you guys get loopy after 9:45. Is there any other matters from board members? All right. Do we have any new or old business? Public expression. The meeting is now open to the public. Anybody from the public wishing to address the board, now is your opportunity to do so. Is there any members of the public wishing to address the board?
Motion we adjourn.
All in favor? Aye.